This, I understand, could be attributed to the use of marijuana. It causes errors in time, space.
Thank you for joining us. We are live on Monday. It is Talking High Culture. We are going to talk, get high, and be culturists.
What's up, everybody? It's a great, fantastic day. I'm rocking the black and orange hat. You know, that Halloween season is coming up, and we're excited over here at Talking High Culture. So let's, now with no further ado, get to smoking and get to this lovely talking point of an evening.
Please, Logan.
No, please.
Okay.
Please. All right, now I say please to him, and then I end up taking
And then he
it.
ends up taking it.
All right,
The manners on this guy.
we're doing great though, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
We love you if you're joining, and we love you if you're not.
Yes. If you're just joining us right now, we've been going live every Monday, or at least multiple Mondays in a row for a while now. We switched from Wednesdays. It's been just me and Logan hitting this for a bit, but we do have Chris and Rick still around and still making content with us. So keep an eye out for more stuff. Don't forget to check us out on our socials at Talking High Culture, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You'll find us really trying our hand at being funny, making comedy skits, doing all kinds of stuff. We're going to get back to a little bit more informational stuff as well soon enough, cut up clips from what we talk about here. Logan really likes the bee content that we did at one point. I do as well. So that's something that we want to circulate back to.
Yeah, I think we're really gonna milk the bees. You know what I mean? Marco was talking about milking the bees. So, yeah, man, the bee content that we've done is pretty funny. You guys need to reference back to that on our Instagrams. So it's a little short from back in the day. It's hilarious. I highly recommend looking back at it.
That's actually something that, so please check us. In tangent to that, check us out on talkinghighculture.com. I think that we'll end up making a couple of bee themed t-shirts, right? So that way we can promote and help save the bees. Maybe have the profits from those t-shirts
Go to our pockets.
go to our pockets. No, I'm sorry. Have the profits for that go to a charity or some type of organization, nonprofit to help out bees, a fundraiser, sorry. We can fundraise and gain a little bit of traction, gain a little bit of
What have the bees ever done for me?
Honey. They brought you honey.
Well, according to most honey conspiracy theories, most of the honey that I get is actually brown rice sugar or some shit like that.
Brown rice sugar.
Let's not get it too deep to the bee conspiracy theories right now. This is 10 minutes into Talking High Culture, ladies and gentlemen. We're one hit in. We can't get into bee conspiracy theories right now. What the heck?
It's conspiracy bee theory. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
That's another thing. What gang do you think bees would be in? Obviously, it's the Bloods. It's hella not the Crips. And we for sure know it's not the Latin Kings. I mean, come on. Where have they been the last 20 years?
Actually, that's exactly who I think they would be affiliated with, the Latin King.
Why do you think the Latin Kings?
Because black and gold, black and yellow.
Nah, man. If you know anything about the bees, they run through and through, and that's some blood shit. That's some blood shit, huh? Oh, fuck. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, there it is. Blood shit, huh?
No, not gang affiliated. Not gang affiliated.
Oh,
Not
shit.
gang affiliated.
Oh,
Not gang
fuck.
affiliated.
Oh,
I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he did that. He's not gang affiliated. He's not gang affiliated.
Totally not gang affiliated.
That's a Kai Cenat reference if you didn't know. Yeah, we're just as big as Kai Cenat as well. If you didn't know that as well.
Yeah, it's just like people don't know it yet, and that's why we don't have any viewers, and it's all good.
It's all good.
I don't need viewers to know that I'm lit.
I don't need permission to smoke stogies from my stepdad because I'm the fucking man. That's a THC callback. Anyways, yeah, thank you for joining us again. Check us out on talkinghighculture.com. Today during lunch, Logan had a very interesting thing that he brought up. It was regarding animation. How did we get there?
Oh yeah. Well, we were talking about keyframes and stuff. We were
Sure.
talking about editing videos because me and Marco do a lot of the editing and filming and stuff for our channels. So I was talking to him about keyframes, and that led into how keyframes can be used for animations, or keyframes in an animation sense are different from keyframes in a editing sense. And we looked into that, and I got interested in the animating world and found myself along this 4-minute video that kind of shows animating in a more kind of digestible, bite-sized way. And it starts off with these 5 principles in learning how to animate as being some of the easier ways to get yourself into it.
No, it's not playing the video.
Oh,
Right. Should we play the video for them? I mean,
we just went silent. Why'd you say boom?
huh? I said boom so that way because it's up. Now they can see.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so I've gone ahead and put on I went ahead and put on a still frame from the video that Logan's referencing, where it has the basic 5 steps. Um, it reads boiling text, bouncing ball, liquid text, flag, and walk cycle. So Logan showed me his attempt with the first one, boiling text. You want to go ahead and explain what that one is?
So boiling text is writing, say, your name or some type of word on 3 different frames, and then connecting those frames and then looping it. So then it creates a text that looks like it's moving. So it gives something that was once static some dynamic range to it, and it makes it seem more alive. And it's better than looking at just, words most of the time. That's why a lot of people add in captions nowadays, is because people need something to constantly be looking at. It's crazy that we're to such a point of um, attention deficit that we need things, while on the short videos that we already have a short attention span for, we also need things to pay attention to in the little short form videos that are
Yeah.
also quick.
I do see a lot of that kind of content.
You know what I mean?
So one thing that he's referencing, if you could see just how it's how I don't think it's actually playing the audio, so we should be able to play it, right?
Hopefully it's not playing the audio. I can give it a check. Oh, I can't get it. But yeah, see how the text moves. I like how the text moves. It definitely makes things like look a lot better. I don't know. Your eye just reads it more. I don't know. It's just better than having static text or image.
100%. The next thing was, let me go ahead and go back to it. Boom, boom, boom. I don't like that my laptop is not cooperating.
So yeah, right now we're just going through animation and stuff, trying to figure out how to boil text, whatever that means.
Why isn't it showing?
It's not playing.
Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. All right, reset back to that.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't.
All right, we'll just leave it at that, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Right. The second one being the bouncing ball, right? So in different types of animation, you have squash and stretch. So depending on how fast or slow and how big or small the ball is, how much weight that you want to visually show,
Portray.
visually portray. Thank you. Right. You would give the squash and squish element of the bouncing ball Like let's say if you wanted it going very fast, right? So if it's bouncing very fast, when it hits the bottom frame, that squash should be a lot thinner, right? As opposed to if it's a bigger ball with less weight, not having a whole lot of bounce, right? Well, then that squash shouldn't be as big, right? That's just a particular example.
Yeah, which is funny to think that like when you say the word bounce, it inherently means that there is a squash and a stretch
Yeah.
within it. So you have to know the principles of a squash and a stretch
Mhm. The third one
and
being
time.
the third one being liquid text, which was similar to boiling text, right?
Yeah, similar, but it followed more of like a cursive kind of like uh yeah, boiling not very similar to boiling text because you just write
No.
the same thing whereas liquid text like you're creating it's almost like calligraphy in a way. I don't know.
Mhm. It would be like the handwriting actively, right?
Yeah.
And in the
Oh, it's
key,
like light casting, how that time lapse light casting, how people can make like portraits with lights with a time lapse.
sure.
They can
Mhm.
use a flashlight kind of like that, but not really.
There was in this video, it shows how they use keyframing to one, they have the full lettering of the full text of what they want to say, and they start with that, and then they use animation keyframing um, to put layers of it over and have like brush strokes in the direction over it.
Hmm.
And homeboy in the video said it was like I think at that point he had spent like 4 hours on doing just his name in
Hmm.
that liquid text format.
Yeah, and then it took days. I really liked the flag portrayal because it seemed 1 and 4 seemed the easiest to do in terms of animation. Like if you were to do it right now in a program or just drawing, you'd be able to get those down pretty quickly. Uh, the flag one was really cool because if you just draw you know, almost like a S line, and then you just do that same line underneath it and connect those two lines with straight lines, and then kind of move the S in a more like wavy way
Mhm.
in different frames, and you have an animation right there. You have a flag moving,
Yeah.
and that's cool to see. If I was a kid, I would love to have seen that because, yeah, I definitely would have gotten more into drawing if animating was more of a prevalent thing in school.
Another thing that I'll go ahead and skip to the last part of the video. I turned off the audio so even if the audience can see. Boom, boom, boom.
The end of the video has him actually creating a character and then creating the lip syncing of it, which definitely is not easy.
Here it's showcasing walk cycles, right? And walk cycles takes all the principles of everything that we just talked about in terms of having keyframing, in terms of having multiple images stacked on one another, squash and stretch. Having all of those previous four principles, putting it together brings into a walk cycle. And then earlier showed a couple of different walk cycles that you can portray. Um, you have at the very least four different frames in the walk cycle. You have the contact point, right, which is where the heels are touching the ground, right? Then you have the downward motion, which is like, one step, right? Then a passing, which would be, more upright.
The passing has to do with the limbs passing each other, like the intermission point of which like the contact and down are easy
Mhm,
because that's just a change of like heel toe
mhm.
positioning, whereas passing and up are a little bit harder because up is a mixture of passing and going up a little bit, so that's
Sure.
like its own. Whereas passing is probably the most important frame to make a more fluid motion.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, you could still get it done with contact up and down, but passing is probably the most important.
Because that's like the pivot point, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be like the middle point when the two joints you need that middle frame.
Hmm.
Hmm. I see that.
Um, but let's see. I think it's interesting to think that a lot of people really don't know what goes into animating even the simplest stuff as this walking animation. Takes hours of work and hours of hand drawing it yourself if you don't know how to automate it already because I'm sure these things can be automated in a quicker, snap tube process in these programs or whatever.
Hmm.
I'm sure that's why he shaded those legs was to,
To showcase it.
yeah, exactly. And then at the end right here, he's yeah, character rigging and lip syncing, which I assume is not very easy. I mean, amongst all things animation, it's not going to be easy, but he refers to this as being the hardest stuff because he had to hand draw every frame that he was saying in the outro. Like the words that he was saying, hand draw everything. He thought he was going to be able to do it in a more like you you draw all the syllables right here, bam. He thought you were going to be able to do that, where these letters are going to have that, these letters are going to have that, and he did that. He panned it all out and edited it all in. He said it looked like shit, and he ended up having to hand draw every single frame after that, and it ended up looking really good. And at the end of the video, the character looks like it's talking really well.
So each of these ones right here, he thought, oh, I could just whenever I want to make this letter combination, I just go ahead and utilize this, and it just didn't look how
No,
he
it
wanted
didn't
it to.
pan. Yeah, he was like, and it looked like crap. And he was like, and after blah 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 hours of hand drawing it frame by frame, we got this. And then he shows it, and that's the
Hmm.
end of the video.
Yeah, and that is some pretty basic animation style. I say basic, but like, it's obviously difficult and look at how much effort's been put into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. This is something that both Logan and I have taken an interest in, animation as a whole, right? I have what I would consider to be a storyteller's vision, right? And I feel like Logan does as well. There are a couple of projects that we have that we're working on. I'm gonna bring it back to me. There's a couple projects that we're working on that focus on story. And I think ultimately there is an element of animation that we both want. There's an avenue of animation that we both want to travel down at some point. And I think that just learning the basis of it kind of also gives you an element of understanding visual portrayal as a whole, right? Whenever we're talking about comedy, right, there's some slapstick comedy, slapstick humor element to what we have planned moving forward, right? A small element, but
Yeah,
some of it too. And when it comes to physical comedy, there is some squash and stretch that needs to be done that's a little bit exaggerated to the body, to the contortion, right? Jim Carrey is a perfect example when he does his facial expressions to convey comedically. It's a lot more squishing and contorting of the face into, just not normal positions, right? And that concept in of itself makes his face more animated by default, and this is animation, right? That's the whole thing, more lively, more expressive, uh, and this is something that I feel is just beneficial to have in the brain, how to be expressive and to understand how expression is done through art, through animation, then visually through personification, through emulating, like you can yourself be a more animated person.
exactly. Yeah. Being animated is important, and I'm sure there's a correlation between people liking animation and those people also being animated people. You know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Whether they realize it or not, because you have a lot of people who are, I would consider.
I mean, interrupt you right here because you could argue people who like books and like to read are pretty reserved. They're kind of quiet. They like to do their they like to read and stuff. But people who like animations and like movies and stuff are like hella outgoing. Like I'm just thinking of like Disney people right
Mhm.
now, like Disney film,
There is an element. I think here's the interesting
like
part.
Disney adults.
A lot of artists can be considered like people who do drawing type art, right? I think that there's a large portion of them that are considered shut-ins to a degree, right? They're just focusing and hyperfixating
We're looking
as
at
an
you,
artist,
furries.
right?
Just kidding.
Uh, Now, that's not to say that that in of itself isn't animated or expressive, right? Because when you really think about it, you ask these people about their passion, and then their face lights up. Oh, this is what I'm drawing. This is it, right? and then they talk with their hands, they talk with, oh, what's this, it's this. Their eyes dart everywhere. They become a much more animated, much more lively person. And it shows when they talk it shows that when they talk about their passion. Right. I think that's very important. So,
Importante.
importante. What are some of your favorite animation styles that you've seen?
Uh, most of the really cool animation styles that I've seen are coming out of animes.
Sure. What anime in particular?
Um, Akira.
Okay, Akira. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I really like that pixely style, like old school Akira type anime, like really old school. Uh, man, that shit looks awesome.
Let me just do Akira anime style.
He's pulling it up. Oh yeah, just go to this. Just go to this right here. Yeah. Yeah, just go to that. Just play that in the background.
And then
Yeah. I Hey, you know what's funny? I still haven't even seen the whole movie. Don't even know what it's about. I just know I love this style. Look at that. God damn.
mhm.
I'm sure that there's a remastered version that brightens up and heightens up all the contrast on this. But yeah, how that looks is just fantastic to me.
The Akira drift is something that's replicated in a lot of different
Yep.
animations. It's just a reference that
They
they
they did
have.
it in Matrix, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they do it everywhere, right? Well, let me turn this off a little
I
bit.
don't know what's going on.
It's because my laptop has a lot going on, so I'm just boom. Let's go ahead. One that I like. So anime is its own thing. I'm gonna keep extending off of that. Sorry. With the Akira anime style, if you saw in his mouth a little bit more, it still had some like roundedness to it. In modern anime, there's a lot more sharp, and then a curve is it follows like a specific type of curve. It's not so bubbly round in most cases. So that's why early anime like that has a specific grungy almost blend between uh American animation. Like there is like a little bit of not American influence, but there's a little bit of similarities to American animation from that exact same time period. And it's because in the early 90s, in the late 80s, there was a lot of borrowing from each other when it came to, oh, that's popular visually, like motorcycles, grunge aesthetic, all that stuff. So they put that into anime, and that ends up reflecting very well in the aesthetic. Then it comes out in an animated movie, and you have other works that are made after that that then continue to reference it, like the Akira Drift and stuff.
Backed by popular demand. I'll pop another Zen tech and untest it if you can.
That is a particular art style that works. I feel when it comes to American animation, what's something that sticks out to you?
Kill Bill. And they did an anime thing in Kill Bill. I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
Let's see. Titan AE, Shrek.
Oh, Titan AE. Okay, yeah.
You
That's a
remember
good one.
Titan AE?
Yeah. That's a classic. Boom. Titan AE.
I don't know why I thought
Ring
of that one.
scene. Let's do the ring scene.
Fucking on his palm, dude. I
Yeah.
haven't seen this movie in forever. My lady
Okay.
would love this movie, I think.
Okay.
It's such a good fucking movie.
This scene inspires me, like inspires my writing. Okay, what is this? The whole movie? Okay,
Dude, guys, if you haven't seen Titan AE, I highly recommend it. It is a fantastic movie.
bam. Right, boom, perfect. So audio should be clipped out so they can't see, right? Boom. I mean, they can't hear. Of course, they can see.
Dude, look at
Mhm.
that. I love this part.
Pretty fluid animation. Yeah, honestly, this is the aesthetic that I
Do you remember what's going on in the scene? I 100% remember what's going on with the scene.
mm, I can't remember what they're fighting over. I
He's
know
trying to buy him. I'm pretty sure.
he's trying to buy him.
I'm pretty sure
Not him.
he's trying to buy. No, he's trying to buy him. Like
That makes
they're
sense.
bartering over him.
Over him, yeah.
Yeah,
Because he's like a space junk cutter, basically
yeah.
an indentured servant,
Uh-huh.
right? Almost a slave, I believe is what's going on. Yeah, they're bartering over him. His dad
Knew him. I'm pretty
knew
sure.
him, previous owner of the ship, or worked on the ship or something like that. Yeah, dude. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and continue because
Love this movie. This reminds me, and bam, Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet and this
it's right alongside
is
this.
what
Yeah,
yeah, it's what I fuck with. That's the type of American shit that I fuck with. Oh damn, this movie is so good.
yeah. This part right here,
Yeah.
boom, and then he's like, "What?"
He's like, now put it on.
And it's a fucking map. This shit inspires me so hard, bro.
Nobody else
Mhm.
got it.
I might end up having to delist this video if I talk too much about my project, right? But
Don't talk about it.
yeah, shit. Just know
Hey,
that
remember? You don't talk about
I know. Just know that is part of it.
it. You just want to talk about it.
Yeah, I do hella, but no, you're right. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, if y'all seen Titan AE.
So there's this, and then treasure.
Oh,
And then there's CGI in the movie.
oh
Fuck.
my gosh. Holy crap. I completely forgot about these crazy ass things, dude.
The aliens are CGI,
My
or the
gosh.
bad guys are
But
CGI.
high key, they're freaking like they were terrifying to see as a kid.
Mhm.
Because at this point in time, like it was all CG, so there was nothing else. Dude, like they're still pretty terrifying.
Yeah, the fact that there's CG in a 2D animated movie makes it this is jarring, and then you're like, those things are fucking terrifying. Yeah.
Hits the gravity. No way he hits the gravity. Well, I think he ends up dying.
Yeah, something like that.
Or no, they take him prisoner or something right here. Or he starts eating some food and shit.
It's like some grub looking shit.
Yeah.
Dude, this movie's so good.
He gets squished right here or some shit.
Vaporized?
Something happens to him right here, yeah. He gets killed.
And he's got a leg like this or something like that.
They follow him.
Oh, I thought he was gonna get smushed too. Maybe it happens later. Because I do feel like he gets his
He does. He
yeah.
does.
Right here?
Right here.
Why doesn't he just go down?
He's panicking.
That's it.
Yeah. He's like,
Gross. Titan AE and then Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet as well. Yeah. Treasure Planet is a fantastic animation style. Always liked it since I was a kid. Great movie.
I
Everyone
mean,
knows it.
there's a lot of similarities in the fluidity. Look, partial CGI. The shading looks similar. Mm, oh, but this kind of has more of a Tarzan look, no?
Yeah.
It's just Disney going just slightly one step in that Titan A direction,
Hmm.
but not like fully committing to it. Because you could look, that's Tarzan right there.
Yeah.
That's Tarzan.
100%. They follow like a more like not so rigid, like more cartoony kind of style.
Mhm.
Wrapping it up.
Let's round off on uh hold on. Let's round off on one piece of animation that you felt more. What's a non-traditional form of animation that you like, right? So, for example, me, I like stop motion,
Hmm.
right? That type of
So,
animation is what I would consider to be my second favorite after traditional animation, if that makes sense. But I don't really prefer. I prefer 2D animation, then stop motion animation, then 3D animation, if that makes sense,
yeah,
right? Stop motion, I feel, is the true. When you're a kid, you play with toys, right? You
yeah.
play with your toys and do this. Stop
Mhm.
motion is the full fruition of that, I feel, right?
True.
It's playing with the toy at such a microscopic level,
Playing
right?
with the toy.
That it's able to visually paint out what you had in your imagination as a kid.
True. Yeah. I mean, something that's away from actual like production of something and more of like is an act. Ventriloquism is something I've always been into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like
The
animating
puppet,
something
yeah.
else
Mhm.
as an act is I
Mhm.
was super into it because I was also wanted to be like a mascot.
Mhm.
That's super synonymous with like wanting to be like a furry nowadays, but I don't know. I just think it was something. It's a pretty cool idea to act like a character.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I can kind of vibe with that idea from the in the furry sense. You know what I mean? Where nobody knows who's under that, and you just get to like be this thing. I can vibe with that for sure because there was always those fucking Disney Channel movies or whatever that were always like the fucking mascot's fucking the cool guy or like
Mhm.
somebody was
He's
always
the
the
cool kid.
mascot.
He's the class clown, or at least the funny guy, or the good vibe
So it
person.
became like a part of being like you were probably a cool person. You were like
Mhm.
a the underdog. So I was
Sure.
like, I want to be a mascot.
Sure.
Uh, but yeah, I fuck with that. I
Mhm.
fuck with ventriloquism.
Yeah. When it comes to ventriloquism and puppetry, where it's the closest to animation is way back in ancient history, shadow puppets.
Yep,
A whole bunch of different ancient cultures had shadow puppets where they would animate, and then
live animated.
yeah, that's live animation, right? And that's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
When you think about shadow puppets and how that has evolved into two different directions, animation in one direction and then puppetry in another.
Yep.
Ventriloquism is like I would say the final form of puppetry, or just a separate form, right?
Can't really call it the fine. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how I would describe that. We're not ventriloquists or qualified to speak on that aspect, right? But like ventriloquism is a form of puppetry, at least. The Muppets, something I've always loved in terms of ventriloquism, right?
Mhm.
I absolutely love Kermit the Frog in terms of like the character of Kermit and the way that he's been portrayed in the Muppets. It just never fails to get a laugh out of me. He's just like the serious guy, but also the hype man, like not the hype man. He's the serious guy, but also like the showrunner, right? He's trying to get the thing done, right?
Mm.
But he's there for everybody. He's always trying to hype somebody up in a good natured way.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, bong.
yeah.
We'll end it off with a bong hit, ladies and gents. We love you.
You're familiar with Jeff Dunham?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeffafa.
Jeff.
Dunham.
Yeah, that's another ventriloquism act that I feel is pretty cool.
Silence. I kill you.
There's other stuff in terms of that.
God damn, why is my knee fucking just throbbing out of nowhere?
You got the black lung pop. So talking high culture puppets is going to be coming, right? So that's what we just literally established.
I don't know what they're going to be doing that on, but I hope it's, I don't know why they'd be doing that. I'm not making them do that. You should. Oh yeah, we're not making them do that.
That actually
That's
got
the
me because it took me a second. I was like, "What's he talking about?" And he got me pretty good.
I ain't making no puppets do that. Make them talk. I don't make them do that.
Talking High Culture is now going to be a puppet channel like Arlo. Don't forget to check us out on talkinghighculture.com. Don't forget to check us out on all our social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all that other social media garbage.
Big block.
Please check us out on talkinghighculture.com. Please order one of our shirts. We are going to have tons of shirts out there. Not too much, but tons in the sense of like we're trying to get some culture out there. And then
By talking high.
expect us to be wearing that merch in the near future because I am going to
Rock it. All right, it was great talking with you guys. That was a dub from the Wubba Dub Club, and that was a Wumbo classic for this Monday evening.
Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe on this video. If you're watching this after we've gone live, don't forget to comment and let us know what your favorite animation is. Let us know what your favorite animation styles are. Talk amongst yourselves in the comments down below. And please don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you for joining us on Talking High Culture, and have a good night.
Catch you later.